So I taught a class this weekend on Saturday, and in that class, a question came up that I have seen a lot online as well. And that is, someone will ask me a question in which they say, when I have an intuitive experience, this thing happens, is that normal? And I loved the example that somebody wrote on the last one. They said, when I have an intuitive moment about something that is going to happen that is negative, I get a shock in my body, like an actual shock. And the more intense the moment that's going to happen, the more intense the shock. And somebody else responded, that's weird. Which I think is really funny, because sometimes we look at how other people perceive intuitive information, and if we have never had that experience, we're like, yeah, no. But the entire concept of how we receive intuition is very independent to us and very dependent on us. Meaning, I have never seen two people receive information in quite the same way. And I want to explain a little bit about why I think that is. Number one, a lot of the intuitive information that we're receiving is the 1% of what we are receiving. Meaning you are walking through life and you are consistently and constantly receiving intuitive information about your environment and dismissing 99% of it. So really what you are reacting to is the 1%. And my belief is that 1% will most likely fall into a couple of categories, because you perceive it as more important. So one, it's about the people you love. Two, it's about what you love. Or three, it's about survival. So information that comes into your energetic body that you are perceiving, you're throwing out 99% of it. The 1% that remains, you are probably in that moment not in a meditation, not in a moment of quiet, and so you are not consciously responding to it. It's a subconscious response. And your subconscious response will look different than anyone else's. So, for example, my mom, whenever someone says something that's really true, but we have no tangible proof for, she gets goosebumps. The more true it is, the bigger the goosebumps. And I've seen people have responses such as, like, they get really hot, or they get really cold, or they see a flash of an image, or they get an emotional response. And my belief is that it's because you are subconsciously responding to information that part of you knows, but you haven't created a moment of silence or a moment of meditative space around it to get really clear. And so you have trained your body has trained you to have a physiological response that seems like it's completely weird and out of the ordinary. So tell me about how you respond to intuitive information. Does that relate to you at all? I would love to know.